Hello, internets. I am HamsterBomb, and this is my new PB for Dark Souls Remastered, the most pathetic PB I will ever see. I cannot wait to beat this because, my god, it was horrible. This was my first try of the night trying to get a Black Knight Halberd, and I managed to get it. Some parts of this are really good. Like there, I accidentally became Sorcerer. Could you imagine how bad I'd be if I was a Sorcerer? We're going giant head, bobbed hair, giant redhead. I'm a giant redhead, so there's already something wrong with me. Now, last time I did commentary because there was audio problems. The first, few minutes, you couldn't hear anything. This time there's audio problems in the sense that I have my audio doubled on accident. I had two different sources on OBS that were listening to the same thing. HDMI and desktop were both listening to the game, so that's unfortunate, but that's why you're going to hear, doubled audio from some characters in the game that are going to talk normally, and others are not. So, anyway, we're going to quickly remove those pieces. I'm going to mention some stuff that I'm doing that's a little bit different and than our previous PB, and hopefully this is going to be something that I can look back at and not be so humiliated at. I'm now trying to use this door open to quickly drop those two things, because we are not going to need them. I wasn't quite that fast there, but hopefully I'll be able to do that faster in the future and drop those two. Okay, we're going to run past the Asylum Demon just like usual. We're grabbing the same stuff. I believe the beginning should be very similar, but we're going to see if anything different happens. That guy only shot one arrow that time. I'm not sure how to trigger that, but it does slow him down here. He's going to get in my way. Oh, he didn't. Oh, because he ran early, he wasn't in my way, so figuring out how to get him out of the way would be advantageous. Trying to quickly put on Short Sword, Large Leather Shield, dodge the arrow, go up here, turn around, and talk to Oscar as fast as I can. Now, I can finally announce that I am done playing on the Switch. My last run of it was this one, and just this morning, Dark Souls Remastered went on sale, finally for Steam, so I'm going to get that running, and we're going to be doing it this weekend. I'm excited to do it. And that was a little scary, but it worked out. Alright, here we go. Two-hand. Yumpity. Stab. We got the extra damage in there. Let's see if we get a nice, clean Asylum Demon. I did this last night, so I really don't remember. I was pretty tired. I just wanted to play the game, you know. So that's why when so many things go wrong, I don't care. And I'm just in it for the practice. Alright, so that was a pretty clean Asylum Demon. If he didn't do his butt slam, that probably would have been perfect. I'm also considering where I'm going to put splits in, and I don't think I want it at the Asylum Demon itself, probably where I get to Firelink, so I'm going to call it like Escape, maybe, or just Jailbreak, something along those lines, so it is not there, but it's going to be after the next cutscene here. Now, on Switch Controller, I can't seem to skip that. In Lord Duran, you can use bonfires and level up thing, but hopefully on PC I'll be able to skip it. You gotta hold the gesture button and mash start, which you can't really do when the gesture button is motion activated. I believe it's motion activated on the Switch. I couldn't get it to work. Let's see how much I fumble this. Let's see, so we got my Homeward Bones. Quickly activate them, throw it here, back out. Didn't take an Estus. You know, that was not bad. Sure, it could have been faster, but, there was no accidental inputs there. That was not bad. Yeah, I'm used to screwing that up. I mean, I have to have a bunch of time saves somewhere in order to shave minutes off of my other PB, which was also bad, admittedly. But I know I could do better. I'm going to continuously call these bad until I have one of these that's no death. Bonk and block that. I don't think we're going to have any, crucial mistakes for a while. In fact, what I remember up till Gargoyles is pretty clean. My first major screw up is after that point. Ooh, there you can kind of hear that doubling of the audio. So hopefully that's not too annoying. I'm sorry about that. It was something I didn't realize the entire time that I did this. So hopefully my lovely voluptuous voice will soothe you into forgetting about my horrible inconsistency with my audio. We're going to run down here once again and grab Stumpy. Stumpy is helpful for killing those gargoyles, and it's a little more efficient, I think, than grabbing the Crescent Axe from Andre instead, which is another alternative. That box gun on my way. I just love that I can one-shot these hollows very quickly, clear Undead Berg, get everything I need. It's just great. Alright, that guy was out of the way, took a heal just because we took that axe to the face earlier. Now, we're going to try and clear this out as quick as we can. That almost got 2 in 1 hit. That would have been amazing. Those 3 guys are gone. He is slowly coming after us, but I'm not worrying about it. Coming in here. Let's take him out. I've done this beginning so many times just trying to get a Black Knight Halberd that, like, my beginning is pretty decent. I'm not too worried about the beginning. It's the rest of the game where, you know, things can go wrong. I had no idea you could run on that freaking table. Whoa! That's what I get for not quitting out? Should have quit out. They all let me have the door. I just kind of casually walked up to it and they let me have it. But now I have a bunch of damage taken from that guy who axed me out of nowhere, so I'm a little nervous about this jump. Oh my god, another guy jumped. I screwed up my jump. Oh my god, what is happening? This is crazy. I knew weird stuff happened in Berg. I didn't remember how weird. Had to block that so I could get past him safely, because now we're going to have to heal at the top. We took way too many hits. Getting past Havel's not so bad, but what I'm worried about is getting past all the hollows on the way down. Sometimes they can kill you, so I am going to heal. 2-hand jump, because it one-shots that guy. Dodge, roll off. See, that damage would have killed me if I didn't heal. I think it would have killed me, because the fall damage here is just enough that I would have died. Now, we are going to heal with some humanities when we get down here, and I am using my humanities at a better point, so I'm not so worried about luring Havel and wasting time by doubly waiting. So I pull up the menu right here till use quantity, and I'm watching the outer screen till I pass that point where Havel can see me. Then I consume all 4 at once. Roll off the ledge. Open the door. And there goes Havel. Do-do-do. Darkroot Basin. The power of Big Head Redhead is going to win. So I did exactly 27 runs on my Nintendo Switch, and I got a total of 6 Black Knight Halberds. Oh my god, I gotta tell you about what I did on my last one. That did not end up being a PB because I made a crucial mistake early in the run. Right after beating Quelaag, I think, I homeward boned back to Andre. I did everything perfectly. It was going really well. And I accidentally leveled 22 Dex, 18 Strength. I'm dyslexic, and those numbers are backwards. It's supposed to be 22 Strength, 18 Dex, so you could wield a Black Knight Halberd with 2 hands. And I realized my entire run was over. There was nothing I could do. Like, it was just completely shot. That was the attack you wanted him to do, but you wanted to run around the other side of him. I was just scared and didn't want to go all the way back to Firelink, because if you notice, this time I did not rest at the Berg to try and save some time. So that was really unfortunate, me being a bit of a chicken. I am going to switch to the Grass Crest Shield right here so that I have the extra stamina in case I've got to parry shame this guy or get a nice home run. Good thing he actually heard me this time. I'm admiring the beautiful view. And before I get distracted, there's that move again. Almost had a home run there. Let's scoot around behind him in the back, and here we go. Is this it? No, but it's parry time. Nope, doesn't matter. He's over. If you get him that close to the edge, you want to parry. And of course, we get the Black Knight Halberd. The real one, because I'm on Nintendo Switch and I didn't have a choice. I'm technically on Switch too, by the way, if this is your first time seeing one of my Switch runs. That's why I believe the main menu looks gray and kind of messed up, if you're wondering why I am having some graphical bugs. I think it's because this game's not optimized for Switch 2 yet. I start with an R2, though I don't really think it matters. I probably should have tried another R2, honestly, because, like, there, he had a sliver of health left, so maybe 2 R2s to be a little bit more efficient with that guy. Now, I am not going to have the same kind of luck. Oh my god, in the run where I went to Quelaag and leveled up incorrectly, I got another purple moss clump. So I thought the run was absolutely blessed, and it was all me screwing it up. And that truly was it. I had nobody to blame but myself. That really sucks. Like, I avoided all the monsters, I beat the bosses. Didn't matter, screwed everything up. He needs another R2 as well. He dropped nothing, doesn't matter. I'm just showing him who's boss, I guess. It's okay. Alright, running in to the parish. Gotta run around the Titanite Demon. Theoretically, I don't need to be resting at the Darkroot Fire. It's just because I could die real easily to the Black Knight. And he's kind of scary. Once I've got the insurance of doing this on Steam with the drop mod, I might feel a little bit better that it's early enough in the run that I don't really worry about it. I equipped the Gold Pine Resin a little early, level up, all strength. Excellent. Running up the elevator, or the stairwell. The power of Big Head Redhead. Maybe I will just keep doing Big Head Redhead, I don't know. I gotta figure out another character theme. Like, once I'm on Steam, like, I can probably start screwing with the characters a little bit more. Make them bright colored and whatnot. It's a little distracting, but I don't know. It's what people do when they play this game 1,000 times, so I feel like I'm inevitably going to do it. Running straight to the Goyles. Now, from what I remember, this went really, really well. So, let's check this run out. This is, like, almost ideally what we want to have happen. If there's any split that is really great in this, it's this one. So I block that. I can hear the channelers trying to fire behind me, so I dodge. Got around everybody just fine. Getting the Gold Pine Resins equipped. Which you really could wait till you're on the ladder to even put them on and then select them on the second ladder. Eh. I just like doing it early just to make sure that I know what's happening. And double up. Gold Pine Resin. Kind of stood there for a moment. Not sure why. Roll just to make sure I wasted some stamina for no reason. Get behind him, and boom, there's the tail. Just want R1s on this guy. Boom, there's the flinch. Boom, there's the second flinch. Check this out. He's just taking it. Boom, dead. That's unreal. And he goes for fire, basically, dead. 2, 3, dead. You can't get a better gargoyles than that. That was unreal. So at this point, I'm thinking, alright, that was clean. How am I going to screw this run up? And don't worry, what would be this next split? I know I don't have splits on right now. Once again, still on Switch. My next run and all runs after that are going to be on Steam. So we'll have splits after this point. This next split to Quelaag is gonna be miserable. Miserable. In fact, it was so bad, I was even saying to myself, I should just start over. But the fact that I got here, like, it's not like that run where I leveled myself wrong. Like, I can finish it, so I can get the practice in, so I might as well do it. It's the fact that it ended up being a PB that was pretty disgusting. Rusty hands. I was supposed to take my armor off, and I didn't do it. New Gold Pine Resin. R2. R2. Select. Get him in the back, and kablooey. He dead. And that is 4 humanities right there. We're going to need those for sure. Because by the end of this, just a minor spoiler, I end up having 1 humanity to spare by the end of this run. 1. So every single bit of humanity that I grab, every NPC that I kill, needed to die. I needed all of it. And I had to wait for every boss to die, because you get humanity waiting for the bosses to die. So 2218. I'm not making that mistake again. 2218. Now we're going to run straight to Quelaag. So the reason you wanted to take your clothes off a little bit early is because that way it's in your inventory, able to be disposed of on the elevator here coming up. Hopefully I think of that, and while I'm regenerating stamina or something, I take them off. But I do need to grab the Firekeeper Soul. I did forget that in my last PB, which sucked. And I had to ride the elevator back up again to get it, so there we go. At least I remembered it this time. When I make a crucial mistake and it destroys an entire run, then hopefully I'm going to remember this time. See, I didn't remember to take off my armor, so I'm at least dropping what I can. Now I'm remembering that I need to take that off to get rid of Stumpy. And I can't even get rid of my armor. I'm just realizing it is equipped. So I'm going to take those off, take off Stumpy. And don't have time to get rid of the rest of my stuff, so I'm just going to run. Now, first things first, we're killing Petrus because he deserves it. As soon as I can quickly get my stuff. Black Knight Halberd. Yep. Now, we still medium roll even just holding this thing normally. And I miss. That sucks. But luckily, he tries to heal himself like an idiot. He dies. Good thing I stood around waiting because I need... What on earth am I doing? Dropping here? Why? Not an efficient place to drop that. See, I'm medium because I don't have the FAP ring yet. I will get it in a bit. Firebombs were the next most important thing. Drop that, get the Grass Crest Shield so we can light roll again. Gotta be fast. Man, that health bar and stamina bar is so piddly. It's so bad. Okay, so, next order of business. Kick the gold man. Kick the gold man. Turn around. Level up Estus. Go for it. Quit out. Boom. See, there's that gray on the menu. I don't know why it looks like that. It's only on the main menu and only right when it loads, but it's like that. Alright, here we are. The humanity, he gives you 5, which is amazing, and the FAP ring, which we're going to need to equip immediately. And I believe we're going to be a naked big head redhead for the rest of the game. But we'll be alright. We'll be okay. There's that fapping. We're set. I'm going to drop the rest of my stuff because I forgot to earlier. I also want to drop Stumpy. I don't know if I dropped him. Oh yeah, we did. Obnoxiously in front of Petrus. We did. Alright. On to Quelaag. And I'm just going to let you know now, this is where I screw up. Well, you know what? To be fair, this is one of those moments I could point at the game and say, I got killed by RNG. I'll let you be the judge of that. I don't know what I possibly could have done to save myself. I'm healing here because these guys, if they hit me from that point, I would have died. However, I think we get lucky. We run right past them and they're just like, duh, duh, what's that? He does it too. He's like, duh. It's the best move they could do. It's just like stare at you like, I don't understand. How do I get that guy? He's so fast. And if we're real lucky, they're stupid. I tried to roll over the ladder and it didn't work. Sometimes they're stupid and we get a free 500 souls out of nowhere. It does help us level up. Looks like we're not getting it today. Now, I'm going for a slightly riskier roll here, where we roll right here. I just missed that needle dart. One of these days I'm going to get toxic there, in which case, God, I don't know what I would do. Yeah, like, we're just done for if I get toxic. Unless I had the blooming purple moss, and then I would probably get into the poison. I don't know, you just gotta use it immediately. You're gonna get poisoned anyway. That poison meter is so freaking small, it doesn't matter. Alright, that guy's not a problem. I'm going on the outside a little safe just to make sure that I don't get hit with a rock, because I know I can't heal our poison up. We're just gonna have this for the Quelaag fight. Here we go. Quelaag's domain. Menu-wise, only order of business is switch the Grass Crest Shield for the Black Knight Halberd, so that we can still be fast while fighting Quelaag. Let's do that real quick. Here we go. And we're in with a heal to make sure that I can survive the hit from Quelaag, if need be. We're skipping the booby cutscene. Ain't got no time for boobies. Boobies are just a distraction. I missed the, what is it? Her critical hit spot. She happened to nab me. So far, so good. She's taking decent damage, doing lots of side hops. Got her. I tried to hit the second one, and I completely flubbed it. You can flinch her if you get this perfect. That probably should have flinched her, to be honest. She's almost dead. And I got stuck in a bomb. But I'm okay. I'm going to tell you, just pay close attention. This is where things are going to go badly. I'm going to heal up again just to make sure that I'm safe. Yep, I am sure that I'm safe. This sequence of events right here. She jumps and barfs fire. I'm now stuck in the corner, and she does an AoE explosion. I genuinely don't know what I could have done. Other than just, like, not been near the corner. But yeah, I died to freaking Quelaag. That is a 5-minute time loss at least. Okay? It's horrible to die to Quelaag. because that is at the very end of that long sprint, and you've now got to go all the way back and try it again. So I'm going anyways. I'm even running with the halberd. Like, ugh, I'm so mad. Gonna switch for the stamina, regen. So this is where I'm telling myself this is just practice. My gargoyles were so good. They were so good. But yeah, we can't just give up now. We gotta practice. It's okay. As long as nobody sees this is what I'm telling myself. Probably gonna slap myself. Yep, hit myself. I don't know if I deserve it. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Did I deserve that death? Was there something, anything I could have actually done? If I roll off here, you could get out a little bit quicker. Take some damage doing it, but... I was mad, and I was already so far behind, it didn't matter. Though, for practice, I start taking some slightly riskier moves and less bonfires. It's not like I slid down Blighttown or anything. I'm still not that comfortable doing that. I considered excuse me. I considered talking to the crestfallen warrior just to, like, say, hey, I'm on a speed run. And I died to Quelaag. It's like the worst boss to die to. I don't know if there's a boss that is worse to die to. Beta Chaos may be worse, because that run-up might be longer, depending on where you sat. On mine, I like to sit where that worm is after the Capra Demon. So, it's not terrible, but as you can see, this run-up to Quelaag is unreal. And it's this long and dangerous because we don't take the bonfire down to Blighttown. If you take that bonfire, then you gotta run out of Blighttown. It's like the problem I said last time about sitting in front of Sif. Now, no matter what, you have to go back again and run past Sif. He actually went for an attack this time. They just keep running. Don't stop. There we go. Run your stam out. Let me get another chance at getting my souls back. Also, keep in mind, if I die twice at any point before getting my souls back, then I also lose the 4 humanity, and that is gonna matter for Seath. We want at least 4, I think, for some decent curse res. If you don't have the curse res, then Seath can almost certainly kill you. Whoa, almost slipped over the ledge there. I only have 5 Estus, so I'm thinking about saving it. Yeah, it's not a lot. Hopefully it's gonna work for us. Here we go. And already poisoned, but we don't care. We are on our way to Quelaag again. Alright, so we get past this guy again. Going for a nice swim. Running through the archway for power. I'm telling myself, no matter how many times I die, I'm still just going to practice. It doesn't matter. This won't be a PB anyway. There's no way I can get a PB with a death on Quelaag, is what I'm telling myself right now. And I am a complete fool for now having to narrate through it. Can't believe this. But anyway, there we are. Back in action again. Lovely menuing right there. That's enough for Quelaag, I think. Had I actually sat at Firelink, I would have had more Estus, but I didn't want to do the run a second time. Missed the attack again. She hit me again. The last run was so much better had she just cooperated. So this time I'm just going for the safer strategy. For me, the safer strategy, when she starts barfing lava, just hit the legs. Somehow I whiffed her there. Okay, get away from that move. Try and get her in the body. Nice. Miss. She does take extra damage in the body. That should have hit her. Alright, final hit though. At least Quelaag's dead. We are moving on. Victory achieved. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the split on the bell or on Quelaag's death herself. I'm not exactly sure how the live split function is going to work. I know for some games that it's integrated with, you can have it specifically when it notices things in the game files, like for instance certain boss deaths or interactions happen. I'm not entirely sure how it's gonna play out, but as long as there's an auto splitter and I'm not worrying about like smacking keys on my keyboard while I'm already clawing my controller really weird, then I don't have to worry about it. Alright, so all of this goes into endurance. Yup. We get up, we eat Soul of Quelaag. Yeah, that menu sounds really weird with the audio dubbed like that, so I'm sorry if that's peeving anybody. Alright, double Andres. Alright, we are going to reinforce Halberd 3 times with that moolah. And next, we are going to purchase Weaponsmith Box and kill our friend, but not before, because I'm scared and I want the stamina. I put on Grasscrest Shield, 2-hand, R2. Hope Andre cooperates. He did. I don't need to stay by his body. We don't want that hammer. Alright, hopefully Titanite Demon behaves a little bit better than he did previously. He's just shooting at me, which is good. Easy. So, since I know I have so much time to save, I decided I'm going to start practicing going for the less bonfire route from here on out. I do not go for the bonfire up here, and instead run the hard way to Sif, because in theory, you know, or like really in practice, truly, this is less of a run-up than Quelaag, just going from Undead Parish. So you might as well, you know, like, why would you take this bonfire if you're okay with going all the way to the bottom of Blighttown and killing Quelaag for a like this run? It just doesn't make any sense. All right, so I am going to forego this bonfire as well as a couple others in the future, and we already skipped one in Berg. I'm probably not going to take that one in Berg anymore. I only did that to make the run-ups a little more bearable in getting a Black Knight Halberd, which if I am doing the drop mod on Steam, I don't have to worry about. All right, fill her up. This is my first time ever I actually managed to get on the bridge and I screwed up. Watch this. See, I was scared. I didn't want to fall. There's a way you can get up on the railing and drop down to get this treasure chest. Man, I kind of wish you could jump. Or maybe you jump right when you hit that ledge. I'm not entirely sure. There, I quit out early to avoid the problem that happened last time. I try to run up these rocks, it doesn't work, so I go around. A little lost in the woods. Not entirely sure which direction takes me to Sif, and I saw a little glimmer of white, so I go hard left of it. I guess a slight left. This is still slight, but it's not as slight as what I did last time. Now I see the bridge, and I try to aim towards where it lines up this time. Alright. And just keep running. Narration. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. I can give you some quality commentary. Alright, we're skipping out on this door as well. Remember, for real time, so what you're actually seeing on YouTube is going to be a lot longer than the time that my game is going to say. It's because these quit outs cut out part of the game. The timer does not roll during those. And it only rolls when gameplay is going. If I was trying to do a real-time speedrun, which nobody does, then I would do it without doing any quit outs. My camera got all screwed up. Sif turned around again, if you remember my last PB. We got another great Sif opener. Sif being so stupid, missing me constantly. Sif's already halfway. I think I got counter damage on that last one from Sif jumping. Tried to go for another attack and I just couldn't. Oh my god. One little hit and it's all from counter damage from before. No hit Sif. Alright. Pull this up. Use Soul of Sif the moment you get it. Kerpow. Get out of here. And that was easy. Much better. Now we got that taken care of and we have a little bit of health that we can pump into our bodies for Sen's Fortress. Ugh, which is the next miserable part of my run. There's like, I'm gonna say 3 parts of this run that are just miserable. The death to Quelaag is one of the worst. Next is Sens. I normally don't have a problem with Sens. Once you know what to do with Sens, it works easier if you run it. You know, it's like the slow and steady is what gets you in Sen's Fortress. And they expect that you're playing slow and steady. And the trick is to run through Sens. But for some reason, I get really, really unlucky multiple times in Sens. Oh. I am humiliated by this run. So if I'm going to beat this run, not dying to Quelaag, and not dying in Sen's Fortress. Here comes. Blocked. Boom. I tried to... My thought was too late there to quit out, and it wasn't fast enough. Because I might have spawned somewhere where I could have recovered, but no. Luckily, if I was going to die in Sen's Fortress, you want to die right in the beginning, so I'm not too upset about that death. That's fine. I'm going to keep going anyway. It's alright. Still have... I mean, did you see my last run? There's plenty of time to save. It's just not in this split. That's what I'm so upset about. Like, the splits that I screwed up this time are not the same ones that I screwed up the time before. The ones that I screwed up the time before were huge time wasters. Yeah, but I do them right this time. And I just knew that was going to happen. Alright. So we have those souls. Remember, those are very important to grab because they have our humanity. That's why I even, like, did a little circle back when I was mashing and I still didn't grab it. Alright, waiting for this guy. If he fires at the wrong time, like he just did again, I could have died. Same as normal, running on through. Ball. Go. Perfect comedic timing. Through the fog. Activate the trap. Now, remember how I screwed this up before? Jump. Let's see how quick this... Ah! I hit cancel. Why does it default to cancel? Alright, I got out. Didn't get rolled over. That's good. Our naked redhead can somehow beat Dark Souls. It's okay. I have faith in him. It'll never be her ever again, though, because apparently, from what I understand, the male gets to top speed in his animation, like, very slightly faster than the female does. Punch a snake. I guess you slap a snake. Snake slapping. Here was my mistake. I should not have started running. The very last blade got me. And once again, I failed to quit out. I'm no good at a panic quit out. No good at all. I told you my Sen split was going to be the one to beat. This is miserable. So now my souls are at the very top of Sens. I shouldn't say souls. My humanity is at the very top of Sens. And I have, how much to lose? I think a total of 6 I can lose throughout the whole run. So this 4, I can lose it. I guess theoretically I could lose more than that if I gave up a Firekeeper soul or 2. But nobody wants to do that. Now, at this point, I'm just, like, going for it, and I shouldn't. I lucked out there. I should have died. This is miserable. Absolutely miserable. Managed to get around him. And then I fell. And the fate worse than death, I'm alive. So my thought is get down here, use a homeward bone. I said no, because now it defaulted to yes. And I'm dead. Humanities are gone. This is a speed run, people. This is a speed run. Like, this is so horrible in the beginning. I'm like, there's no way I can make up this time. This is practice. And for the most part, from here on, we're going to do pretty well. And it's going to make up, like, all that time that I have to. And what's disgusting is this is now in a PB video that people are going to watch. It's humiliating. This is the worst PB ever. I set that off just because I was angry. I didn't even know what good it would do, but I don't know. I just pushed the button to be angry. Push the like button if you're angry at my... There's my souls down there. Like, how? There's just no way to get that. They should have spawned up here. But no. Of course not. Oh, God, I was so mad at this point. It's like, my gargoyles were freaking pristine. They were perfect. I could not have done a better gargoyles. I don't know if I'll ever do a better gargoyles than that. Now I'm standing here, no snake, no ball. Decide to run. I'm like, okay, I guess it's on the other cycle because I made it up that high. So now I don't know what's going on. Everything is thrown off in sends, except the traps are reset. I don't know if I should wait for the ball, so I just run and trust it. I quit out it anyway, even though I probably could have made it. You saw that, like, there was no ball coming. I don't know where it went, what was going on, but God, I didn't think to go for it anyway. I don't die in sense. I don't know what the logic is. But yeah, it was facing away from me, so I probably could have just ran. Alright, here we go. Second to last one. This one's easy. You just run into it with your shield. Honestly, the last one's not bad either, as long as you... Slap a snake. As long as you have a shield, and you can turn around and do this. Run. That's all you gotta do. And it should never hit you. As long as you're fast rolling, it should never hit you. Doing a fat roll only would be difficult. Since I'm behind on souls, I grabbed that 8,000 one. Plus, it's 8,000. It's like a free level up. Alright. I am definitely going to sit. I know it's an optional bonfire, but for the love of God, I'm not running sends again on this run. No, I could have just done it and made sure that nobody saw this. On the off chance that I somehow beat my previous record. Yeah. Disgusting. Okay. Well, we're heading to the golem. Right, left, right, left, right. No, so... At this point, I'm really just mad at myself. It's hard to say anything else, and I just have a lot of time to make up. I knew I had a lot of time to save in my run, but now I'm just mad. I didn't realize that I had the Black Knight Halberd equipped right there, so that's why I pulled my menu up. This loser's in my way. Probably should have slapped him like that snake instead. From what I remember, this golem kind of trolls me too. I guess it's not an ideal golem. Ideally, you want him to fall off in like 4 hits. Get him right in the crotch. I'm trying to get him to fall over, or even get a little wibbly wobbly. I go for it, but then I'm only hitting the leg, and I probably should have done like a running R1 instead. And guess what? He falls with that much health left, taking all the extra time, so whatever. This time a little more brave. I go in there with a shield, block the fire, make it up to Anne Orlando. So, whatever. At least I first tried the golem. The golem is honestly quite easy. The only thing that makes him unpredictable and scary is those magnetic fingers he's got when he does that grab attack. He grabs you and throws you over the edge. You know, it's game. Gotta use Core of the Iron Golem at one point before I get to this bonfire. It's a pretty valuable one, and we're gonna need all the help we can get right now. Oh, ONS. So, in my last PB, probably the worst segment of them all is this coming one, where I have to run the rafters. And it's bad in this one as well, but it's not as bad. Alright. mostly getting strength, but I'm getting a little bit more endurance so I can also hold the bow at the same time. And good thing I did that, because the bow ended up being the answer to Rafters. Now, it was slow, but I might be doing a new form of Rafters now where I use the bow to distract these guys. Like, maybe if I can shoot in a particular spot, get them to just be dumb and walk off the ledge. I don't know. Am I gonna slap myself yet? No. So far, I am still very dejected. I screwed up Quelaag, or Quelaag screwed me up. I don't know. That's, once again, that's debatable. The Sen's Fortress deaths, though, were 100% my fault. Alright, camera's got to go down so it makes it through here. I'm already running through and blocking with the halberd because that was what made it before. I landed on the railing because I didn't do a jump. These guys die. I noticed just this last run that the Painting Guardians actually die like the human player does. They kind of like fall on their knees with their hand on their chest and then collapse, which is weird. The Hollows don't do that. Anyway, I'm taking my time, being nice and sweet and careful. Thinking like, as long as I don't die, we'll be alright. And that was just bad luck. Or I should have turned the camera to see where I was aiming, because whenever you do an R1 with the halberd, you take a step. Oh, there shouldn't be any deaths. There should be no deaths. Oh, I want this with no deaths. And then when I get it with no deaths, I'm going to be like, alright, how do I do it even faster? I'm going to have to do a ceaseless skip. I'm going to have to do the blight down slide. What else is there to do? That's about it. Alright, well here we are waiting on this stupid elevator. I'm hitting myself. Getting ready to hit myself again. Super mad. Had I only known I was also screwing up the audio at the same time, I would have been even angrier. And even worse, had you told me this was going to end up being a PB, I would have been furious. I might have, like, just quit. Just that I don't need to. So back to clenching the buttress. Now I think this time things go a little bit more smoothly, but they are slower, and I try a new strategy out. And I'm not sure if I want to keep doing this for future attempts, but just to know that I have the option and it might be safer. That was not ideal, but at least he's done. I already know that we gotta heal that up, because just going up here without full health is sometimes a death sentence based on whatever these guys' RNG tells them to do. They could go for a backstab on you. They could just chuck some daggers your way and you could be screwed. Unfortunately, we still don't have that extra humanity, which kind of stinks. Nope, never mind. This is not the run that I thought it was. I get completely owned here. I'm trying my best to survive, but my god, this guy's AI is amazing. Probably should have capped myself off there, but it's not gonna help. So what I end up doing that does work is I end up using the bow, and it's much slower. But honestly, that probably should have hit him. I just got backstabbed, and this is just a bad situation here. There's nothing I could have done. Well, no, I could have. I love that they both went down there for me. But, okay, so there actually is a lot of time to save up here in the rafters still, so I had just as crappy of a rafters as I did my last PB, which is not good. Alright, so this is the time I'm thinking, I believe, this is the time I'm thinking that I'm going to use that bow. Now, there's probably some specific spots that I can shoot, because remember, we already leveled our endurance. We already have enough endurance to hold the bow and the Black Knight Halberd and the Grass Crest Shield all at the same time. So, in order to manipulate these guys to fall off, there's probably a special spot you can shoot. Because on accident, I happened to shoot somewhere that goofed the last guy, and he just, like, got on the ladder and stayed there, like an idiot. And it made getting past him really easy. So there's hopefully a spot that I can do that with the others, so I can just make this segment easy. I had to fix my camera there, otherwise it was going to yoink me off the edge, because the camera in this game is really weird. Alright, so let's try this again. He's the easiest one to kill. This guy is relatively easy, but he can roll and throw things off. I'm not even healing the fall damage this time, it looks like. Wonder what I'm thinking here. No? Am I just going for it again? Oh. No, I'm thinking about it. I'm seriously doing it. Okay, good. It's taken me a minute. I should have done it on the elevator if this was my plan. So for future reference, I should probably do this on the elevator. I'm not sure where to shoot, because here that looked like a headshot, but it misses. And I try to nab that guy in the face, and I do, but it just aggroes him normally. So you saw that last guy. See him on the right? He went on his ladder and got stupefied. So this lured that guy into an easy position to kill. Having him run at me kind of saves me, so I decided I'm going to use the arrow, bow and arrow again. The first shot really doesn't matter, like hitting him just aggroes him. So I feel like instead I should be shooting to make these guys run off the ledge, and hopefully there's a good spot to do it. So I'm trying to get him on this straightaway, where I can do that and be patient and wait, and look at that. No painting guardians. It was slow, but it was safe, and I feel like that's something I'm going to have to do later. So that last arrow, I could run and jump from here, but God, it scares me so much. And this guy's on the stairs, so screwed that up, but hey, whatever, he's dead. And finally, we can lower the bridge. I've never died on the segment after this in a speedrun, and it kind of scares me if I do, because I'm going to have to just run past both gargoyles, like, on a straightaway. I think the gargoyle even gives me some weird RNG here. Instead of falling down the stairwell, he comes right at me. Here he is. But at least he didn't show up later on the run like he did in my previous one. That was rather scary, where he showed up by the Batwing demons. I had no idea he could go that far, but apparently he can. Alright, so now I'm thinking, okay, this run is absolutely shot. There's no time to save, but I don't have splits at this point. And I can tell you, there was actually a cut. You probably couldn't hear it, but while I was between making recordings for this run commentary watch through, clearly unscripted, I managed to get my splits set up, and so I can now tell you exactly where my splits are going to be, at least for this weekend when I start. Running zigzag a little bit, just in case. Right there, some shots come from behind me. But yeah, now that I'm finally going to have splits, I'll be able to tell where I'm having good segments, where I'm not. I'm going to run up here to the top, stop for a moment, wait for that guy on the left to fire. So you do want to dodge that hit that I almost got hit by. Just get real aggressive and right in his face. Takes that guy out. Roll when it's safe. And through the bonfire. If I was confident, or if I knew that I had to save a lot of time, I would probably, like, if my splits told me I had a lot of time that I had to make up, I would probably just run for ONS. Because if, well, actually, you do level up here, don't you? I think you put, like, 1 point into Vitality, or is it? See, I don't really remember exactly. I'm probably going to have notes prepared. Oh my god, this Big Head Redhead even screws this up. This thing that I've never screwed up in, like, ages. Gets the fall damage, aggroes the Silver Knight, misses the jump. Oh my god, it's horrible. And then roll. Yeah! I could just predict how much I'm going to screw up. Oh, crap. Alright, well, anyway, time for everybody's favorite boss, Ornstein and Smo. And by this point, they truly aren't that bad, but with some good RNG, like, I could have saved a lot of time by not even going to that bonfire. And it's a scary thought, because if you die, you go all the way back outside again, and the run's kind of over. Or you kill them, and you save a ton of time, so yikes. It's scary. Alright, so you quit out there, heal up, go through, skip the cutscene, And Ornstein's giving us the good RNG, except he got caught on Smo a little bit. Luckily, I get a hit on him. 405, 743. Smo being stupid, I just decided to go for it. And boom, easy peasy. Getting my stamina back. Smo was about to jump. You gotta be careful, he does have a lingering hitbox at the end of that attack. Like, if the cutscene starts triggering, he will still manage to get you. So far, we're no hit. I wonder if I no-hit them, because I feel like I do. So far, Smo's easy enough. That hit the hammer. That's an unfortunate thing that can happen. Just run from this. Get back in. You can sometimes get a second hit if he doesn't jump backwards immediately. You have to dodge that to the side. You can't easily get clipped by that. You want to walk around him counterclockwise, so that way the hammer is not in the way unless a pillar is in your vicinity, which I just try to avoid. That almost hit the hammer. Alright, butt slam. Get back in. I just walked away from that. Yikes. The confidence. There. You typically, if you can fast roll, which you should, then you want to do 2 rolls away. He is spamming this move. Lucky it's easy to dodge. Just 2 rolls away is all it takes. And boom, Smo's dead. And since we are big head redhead, we are going to miss the elevator by mere seconds. So I use the time to take Soul of Smo. Just soak in the fact that I have so much more time to make up. Because this absolutely sucks. Upside is I'm not going to have to do commentary for the other runs, unless I make something that's like truly legendary, and then like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But I don't know, maybe like my first sub-hour, I might do one with commentary, but at the same time, you'd probably want to hear what I'm saying, like, in real time. Be more interesting. I'm also not sure if I want to put YouTube chat on there. Like, probably not. You know, that's something that's a little distracting. Alright, so, titty shot. Kablamo. Roll, 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 I think, and then you roll back twice. I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to do it, but I took an extra step just to stay in the room. There's like some set of rolls that speedrunners do, and I don't know the reason yet, and until I mess it up and learn the reason, I can't tell you. Alright, lots of health, but I'm only short a little bit of souls here, just from the weird amount that we lost from dying, so I'm going to take our small soul, get an extra vitality, before we move on to Seek the Scaleless. And I'm going to need... Yep, here we go. Going to Firelink Shrine. Got to place the Lord Vessel. We're going to need to get some humanity back. Because we lost some earlier, now Seath is extra scary. I have mentioned it in my last video, but I did lose a whole run because Seath cursed me. And I, as you remember, well, no, actually, Ingward isn't dead by this point, so you could theoretically save your run by going to Ingward and talking to him, but no. That's just no. Like, what? You want to make a PB where you got cursed in Dark Souls? No, that just sounds terrible. Alright. So, we warp from here, and we're going back to Anor Londo for a long run, and I know that I have a lot of time to make up, and this is practice, so I figure, what the heck, I'm going to go for the riskier stuff, which I think is why we started saving time. Because as you saw, the end time of this is faster than my other PB, meaning that something must have worked. And one of the big time saves is actually right here. And I will show you, because I just didn't want to fight those boars. On the Nintendo Switch version, as I mentioned last time, I feel like it's different than the other versions because you have to kill both of these boars in order to get the bonfire to light up. Even stopping to fight one boar is kind of a waste of time, as I found doing this, because I'm thinking that, like, I'm getting consistent enough with the Duke Skip that I'm just going to go for it. So that's what I decided to do. I just ran up here, dodged the boar. Iframes. Even redheads can have iframes. And red skin. We have red skin as well. I don't know how that managed to happen as well on our character creation screen, but there it is. Yep, so I did it. I just went, alright, YOLO. This is all screwed up anyway. I just turned around to watch it and say goodbye to it, slap myself for screwing up this run so badly. And preparing myself. Here we go. Run around to the left. Get jumping attacked. Yep. Because just bad luck is wonderful. Decided to go around the outside because I was already jumping attacked once. And we're going to take some fall damage just doing Duke Skip, so I don't really want to risk it. Not exactly sure how much. It's not a lot, but it's something. Alright, so R3. Pull this up. 2 hands. Target. Down. Line it up precisely with that guy right about there. You got plenty of time to be specific. Pull the lever. Cronk. Right. Forward. Back. Turn to the right. Line it up with a black line. Wait for the little ball. And yeah, it's not a lot of health. It's like half an Estus Flask. At this point in the game, a +1 Estus Flask. Alrighty, now, with that out of the way and that comfortably done, that saves a lot of time. Not having to fight those boars. I'm already way ahead not doing that. I considered taking the videos I have and playing them in the corner while I'm doing a live stream of a speedrun, so you can like directly see how far ahead I am. Like when I get to this lever, you'll be like, oh, he pulled that lever. He's not even close to that lever yet. That'd be really cool and interesting, but it also sounds like a pain in the butt in OBS. You know, I'd have to set it up every single time and make sure that I have manually timed it properly. I don't think it would automatically do its thing, but hey, maybe there's some programmers out there who have a wonderful idea of how to make that automatic. I decided to quickly do the math, and I estimated that 4 would be an acceptable amount of humanity to lose if I were to die to Seath. Here's the Mimic spawn. Boop. And I decide that 4 is enough, and luckily I was okay. I probably could have taken more if I really wanted to, but 4 was plenty. Meaning, if ideally I get here and I don't have to stop twice to take that that humanity, because it does take time. We didn't have an elevator or anything. One very slight time loss coming up here is the fact that I have to kill the crystal lizards and quit out and kill the crystal lizards again to make sure I get all of them. I think in my last PB I managed to get all 3 of them in one hit, which, by the way, is the first time that's ever happened. Yeah. You could also fall right where that crystal deviates in order to take some fall damage and get down here quicker, but the golem guys could, like, hit you, and I don't want to stop to heal. That would defeat the entire purpose of the run. You know, like the run up of the time save is what I'm really trying to say. Sorry, it's late. I'm doing my best. Alright, so I turn around. I shouldn't have rolled. And R1. I was not doing a running R1, and I should have, because I already missed. He's gone. I quit out because I only got 2 of them. Yeah, so the quit out time save you don't really see because I don't have the auto splitter doing its thing. There he is. He's back. Slice. Turn around. Let's go. Twinkling in green. Yeah, alright. So anyway, we now have enough to upgrade the Black Knight Halberd. We just don't have the souls, so we're going to get them by killing this big blue Dargon. Now, I already could tell from this particular run-up that I would have to do a quit out again, because this just doesn't work. So I try to aggro that guy, run around here. These 2 clams are supposed to hit each other, but they don't, and the one behind me just follows, and they're not blocking any clams, meaning I know they're in the room, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I skip Seath's cutscene, quit out immediately because I saw the clams, get back in through this weird glitchy gray screen. Thanks, Switch 2. Thanks, blooming purple moss clump, for not saving me during the Quelaag fight. Hey, nah, there's no way it could have saved me in that fight. It would have been nice, though. I don't know, maybe I would have played slightly more recklessly. You don't know. When Butterfly flaps its wings and causes me to defeat Quelaag on my first try in a speedrun. It saved 5 minutes. This also is a bit of a time waster, waiting for Seath to come all the way back here. I really should be using the bow for this. It's just a little dangerous because pulling up the bow at that point, I would be in range for him to be hitting me with his tail attack, which is really dangerous. Seath, otherwise, is really easy. So, yeah, I'm moving over to the tentacle now, just to watch what he's doing. Doing some extra damage. He's doing a big charge up, so I'm trying to get away. That could have been death, and you saw the curse. It flashed really quickly, but my curse meter at 4 is plenty. Plenty of time to get away from him. He's attacking out too far, which means he is dead. I already pulled up the Homeward Bones. Like, technically, Homeward Boning would be a little bit faster, so you don't have to wait for the bonfire to appear, but because you don't have to light it, really. And you're on a quit out. And technically, I think you get your souls faster, too. Yeah, I could just use the bone there. It might be a little bit quicker. Alright. And we're at Firelink Shrine. Because I warped to Firelink Shrine, right. And now we're leveling up. Endurance. I had an extra point. I was considering putting it into strength, and I honestly probably should have. But I was just saying, like, nah, we gotta get a move on. We gotta move. And Firekeeper Soul, it defaults to no. Oh my god, I read this really interesting Reddit post. People trying to figure out why yes and no, the default of yes and no will switch in Dark Souls as you play it. And certain instances, certain things are just different. Almost took fall damage there. Alright, put on the Ring of Artorias. Because we're going to the Kings. I didn't think that was going to work, the button press, but somehow it worked. Alright. What else am I doing? Oh, Black Fire Bombs. Yeah, we got to kill Ingward. See, I'm... I'm telling you, it's late. I'm already forgetting what I needed to do. I'm just watching myself. Hey, we're both enjoying this for the ride, right? Because I knew the latter half of this had to be impressive in order to make up for that lousy first half. Well, if we split it into thirds and say up to Gargoyles is a third, it's not really a third, but just say it is. Like, that was great. Sif was great. So the Quelaag and Iron Golem splits are horrendous. ONS, okay, that counts the rafters. That was not great, honestly. It was pretty bad. Seath, I think, went pretty well. Seath went pretty well. Four Kings is gonna go pretty well. Nito goes pretty well. Bed of Chaos goes pretty well. And I already told you, I screw up Gwyn so bad. Like, I can't even wait until it happens because it is so personally demoralizing. It's the reason I hate this run so much. And I need to see this beaten. I hate it. I truly hate it. Anyway, focusing on the task at hand. Everything is going according to plan here. If I didn't mention it yet in this particular video, my routing I'm using based on a video I found of a tutorial by Ogre Boss, who is a professional speedrunner who does Dark Souls. Much, much more talented than I am. So I'm very glad to get help from a pro. All right. Some wonderful speed. We gotta aim a little bit lower, pop him in the face. Gotta hit the face. Making sure he comes back, aim up a little to the right. Chuck the rest of these. Now, I know some speedruns actually use the Black Fire Bombs as their starting item in order to kill the Asylum Demon faster. But that means you gotta choose the Thief so you can get the Master Key. And yeah, I'm not really willing to do that. The Thief sucks. Maybe it's just me from remembering my starting equipment only run, and as long as the Thief can pick up, which I think they can, it's Stumpy, what's it called? Reinforced Club. As long as they can wield that thing, they should be alright. You still have a few more levels you'll have to make up for, and that kind of stinks. Alrighty. That's it. Here we go. It's king time. I used to hate this boss, and now that I'm doing it in a speedrun, it's actually rather fun. I am supposed to be dropping an item when I get down here. I am quickly throwing on this stone armor, healing up. There is a way to identify which direction the kings are coming from, but me wanting to put the stone armor on here... Ogre Boss does not do this, by the way, in his run. I throw it on just so that I can kind of face tank that and just keep going. Like that, I'm surprised actually killed him. I didn't think it was going to. Maybe I got him with, what, a crit damage or something like that. Always possible. Oh, whoa. That was weird. His polygons spawned in stretched as soon as he appeared. And a magic attack, of course. If I remember correctly, this magic attack never connects. And I don't know why. I'm straight up ignoring it. So I got him right where I want him. I'm getting my stamina back. I tried to hit him 3 times, but I just couldn't do it. Magic attack just dissipated. Now we're just playing with the halberd. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, if I did the 3 king strategy properly, I would save a lot of time here as well, so I don't have to wait for the kings to spawn. But, ow, that actually got me? Their swords are ginormous. I'm just ignoring him and attacking, and I probably should be healing a little bit. Yeah. Because that hurt. And now we're in trouble. Ah, shoot, I just couldn't get him in time. So now we can't do 3 kings. I almost did 3 kings. A little bit of bad luck. Why not top off? Da, da. There he is. I guess I can play the Black Knight Halberd like a violin or something. And he's going for a grab, meaning he is sucking away one of my humanity. Remember, we already decided we could lose that if we needed to, so it's not the end of the world. But of course he did it like as a troll move for his very last attack, so that kind of sucks. I'm gonna try and get naked really quick. But, I mean, all things considered, that was a decent kings. I don't know why I lit that. I lit it and then used the homeward bone. You do need to make sure you wait until you get the 4, yeah, vitality and strength, not endurance. There it goes. I took an extra one off vitality and, just to pump up strength. I really wanted Gwyn to die. And since I'm close to a level up, decided to pop this finally so I could take the next one and put it into vitality. Okay, that's good. It's kind of hard to tell, like, play by play exactly what I'm thinking when, you know, it's been like a day and a half and it's late again. I did a lot of work on other Dark Souls stuff. Like, if you're curious, my splits that I have set up right now are make it a Firelink Shrine, acquire the Black Knight Halberd. And the next split is called Gargoyles, but I believe the actual split happens when I kill Oswald and Bone Out. And a similar thing happens with Quelaag, the next one, which happens when I ring the bell and Bone Out. Then Sif, kill Sif and Bone Out. Iron Golem is kill Iron Golem and get into Anor Londo by activating the cutscene. ONS is just... let's see. I don't think that requires placing the Lord Vessel. I think it requires warping out of the room. So that way it's not like the quit out or something like that. I think it's warping away from the area and going back to Firelink Shrine. Everything so far is going alright. I gotta make sure I sit anyway, so it's not a big deal that guy hits me. Then the next split after that, predictably, is Seath. which is going to happen after I bone out of Fighting Seath, so that's one that's rapidly right there. Same for 4 Kings. Same for Nito. And Bed of Chaos. And then finally, Gwyn to end the game. So my only weird splits are the early ones. This was super unfortunate. Nothing I could have done. That was just really bad RNG. And that kind of stuff can happen late into a run that's going really well. I did forget about this death. But yeah, like if you can get knocked on your butt. I don't really know how that animation happens. But it was unfortunate. I just happened to be walking over the ledge. Like I just happened to do whatever that attack was that bumped into me and caused my character to go into free fall. But now I know I really need these souls back. So I grab them. If I didn't get those back, I would have had to have popped the Firekeeper soul in order to have enough to beat the game, I believe. Alright, I should have quit out here. Hearing them coming. Instead of doing that loop-de-loop. But I decided to play it risky, which I shouldn't have done. I was not feeling confident in my quit-out speed while running. Because you can't run while you do it. Pinwheel. Right, time for the scariest boss of the run. Gonna heal that up. I could kill the other pinwheels, but honestly, if you're fast, you could just kill him right here. There you go. There's also a glitch thing you can do here. Well, I guess it's technically a glitch. You can get yourself on that ladder before the door opens. But it's allowed in the glitchless run. So, like, there's plenty of unintended things that are allowed in the glitchless run. I'm not sure. I don't make the rules. It's fine. Alright. So from here, you need to find that skull, jump towards the peninsula, slide, slide, make it down. If you're feeling real crazy or you have a ton of time to save, you can skip this bonfire, but like you literally pass it, so I feel like taking it's kind of important if you die to Nito, which so far I've never died to Nito, but you never know. You could die on the run up to Nito. That's scarier than Nito himself, especially with stone armor. It's easy enough. Patches, however, has to die. Here he is. I'm trying to line up my shot perfectly so he doesn't fall over the ledge. What did I do? Humanity. I wish you didn't have to pick up the Crescent Axe. It's a little bit of a waste of time. There may be a way to do it, like you can grab one and run. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the Black Knight halberd, the Black Knight wielding a halberd that is right here after me at this moment, is really tenacious in this one. I think he's coming after us. Because I think I fall somewhere unintended. Yeah, I didn't quite make the jump. So I go down here. I can hear him. There he is. Yeah, so now I'm a little spooked, so I'm running. Normally I wouldn't be as frantic about it. I think I'm going to turn my camera back in a moment just to see if he's still pursuing me. I don't know how far he can actually go. Because I do want to heal. Or I was considering healing because, as we discussed last time, you lose an Estus just dropping into Nito's arena. But I've already got some from Firelink still, from resting there, so it's not that big of a deal. I started with 10. Luckily, I didn't have to use too many on the way down here. Alright, pinwheel down, hang right a little bit, then left, get him to dodge. I always try to run around that stalagmite, but it never works. Just like wasting my time. Here we go. This time I decided to go a little riskier to be quicker in hopes that Nito cooperates for me. So I could quickly throw on the armor. Luckily he didn't try to attack me, so I healed. Two-hand, and now I'm prepared for it. See there, that's ideal. He screams, which, I mean, is slow, but him allowing me to put that on while down there, that is exactly what we need. Trying to wait till the other guys come back, but I mistimed it. Alright, here we go. Nito time. 401. Man, this thing hits hard. Oh yeah, we already leveled up to +5. I forgot to mention that when it happened. I was probably jabbering about something else. Alright, since I'm stuck against the wall anyway, I'm just going for the attack. Because it really doesn't hurt that bad with stone armor. And he's dead. It's a pretty good Nito, honestly. They can switch Covenant of Artorias for the Hornet Ring. Because we're going to need it very soon. In fact, we don't even need the Black Knight Halberd equipped anymore. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah, we don't need it equipped anymore. Not till Gwyn. Like, we're technically going to fight 2 bosses, but we don't need it. Just need a punch. Alright, got my strength. I had to stand up and do that again. Now we're going to, yep, Firelink. It's almost always Firelink, except for Seath. Firelink, Firelink, Firelink. Yeah, actually, after Seath, you only warp to Firelink Shrine. Actually, that's the only exception, I think. That's the only time you don't warp to Firelink Shrine. Alright, so I did my quick math on the way down there, saw that I could use the Estus Flask, so I took it. That is all for Gwyn. Oh, God. I say Gwyn, and I'm already rolling my eyes. Like, I'm dreading that. I'm seriously dreading that. Alright, so on the way down, I'm going to start taking all of my humanities. There go the twins, and here go all the others. Why not? Just for the sake of time. And with those popped, I am still going to send that back up, just in case something horrible happens. Though, really, at this point, I should have just went for it. You know, having splits and, like, knowing how far ahead or behind you are would encourage me to be braver in instances like this and say, like, it doesn't matter. If it's not going to be a PB, what's the big deal? We are still chasing gold splits, though, you know, and that is something that once I have my splits going, it's... You never know if this is going to be the gold bed of chaos that you're going to need to run against. So it's worth sticking it out, even if the run is doing really badly. So I'd say trying to get the gold is worth it. And then if you don't get the gold, just complete the segment. Keep trying. There's always something that you can gain from it. Alright, hopefully I don't get toxic here. One of these days I'm gonna get toxic there. Ugh, it's spooky. Alright, there is a safe way to tell when you can roll off of this thing, but I'm a little nervous and you could probably go much sooner than what I did. I didn't even need to take all that fall damage. I could have just rolled to the other thing. But oh well. Poisoned, poisoned, poisoned. In fact, you have to do this multiple times in the run. I'm having awful flashbacks of being here the second time with this redhead, big head man. Just because of how he died to Quailag. I'm not going to let him forget it. Even though, to be fair, it was really just bad RNG. She did a jump fire spit, pinning me in the corner, and immediately did an explosion AoE. I didn't even think she could do it that quick. But that's what she chose to do, darn it. So, from here, we need to go to the Fair Lady, open up the shortcut. I have forgotten that in a run before. That's how to make sure that I remember something forevermore in my runs, and I'll never forget them, is to forget them and then feel the loss and the horrible agony of knowing that I screwed it up. Plus 3S, this is pretty nice. I need to remember how good that is. I didn't need to heal exactly at that point. Yes. Yeah. Kick. Kick. I'm making absolutely sure those kicks are correct. Estus, so I don't die while I'm talking to her. We need to enter the Covenant. Get some garbage. Alright, now offer humanity all... Well, I give her 30. So I can hang on to that one for just a little bit of defense. Whatever. Alright, we're done. I'm not even sitting there. No sense in it. I already remember from last time that you can't sit on it at certain angles, so forget that. We are going to bone after Ceaseless Discharge, so I'm going to sit where I want to go for Ceaseless Discharge, which is here at this fire. Though sitting at hers would give me extra Estus, that's not something I need, really. You're not going to lose to Beta Chaos because you didn't have enough Estus. And just taking the damage here, too. Just going for it. Man, if I was a real pro, I would do the Ceaseless skip. But I want to see if I can get sub-hour first. And then when I'm, like, just really trying... Or if I'm, like, just a couple minutes away from a sub-hour on my Deathless run, whenever I eventually get that, then sure, I'll try it. It's scary, but I'll try it. Yeah, this takes a while, and it is exactly what you'd expect. It's the thing about fighting Ceaseless Discharge. He's, well, cheesing him, rather. It's exactly the same every time. And it's not super entertaining. He's a really cool boss, though, if you've actually faced him. Like, I would hope that everybody on their first time actually fought Ceaseless Discharge. Because I fought him multiple times. I probably fought him like 5-6 times before I was like, oh no, I don't know if I'm going to be able to execute this trick that people do that make him fall off the ledge. That sounds really hard. And yeah, I watched a video on how to do it, and it was like, oh, that's that easy? Yep, it's that easy. And it was definitely intended. He has a unique animation for it. So yeah, it's something that you just end up doing every single time. And then you forget how to fight him, and you forget how ridiculously powerful he is. What's weird is just how, like, the damage he unleashes is unbelievable. And his range, oh my god. He's crazy. Especially if you don't have Flash Sweat. It's really nuts. I was checking to see if I had nothing equipped in the other hand so I could punch him down. I'm holding up the shield just in case, because he has killed me here before on a speed run. And that pretty much ends the run. It did end the run, by the way. I actually, fortunately in that run, I went for him after Quelaag, thinking it would save me some time. It didn't. I just wanted some extra souls earlier in the run, and I shouldn't be doing stuff out of order. It's just a bad idea for splits. Just don't do it. Because then you're going to have a screwed up, like, gold split later. Like, oh, wow, my Beta Chaos was so fast. Yeah, because you didn't have to fight you didn't have to fight the Ceaseless Discharge because you did it in the Quelaag split. Idiot. Yeah, so just don't do that. I did stuff like that in my Metroid 2 speedruns, and I was wondering how my golds were so good. And that was why. I was gathering extra stuff, because it's a Metroidvania. You know, you could do whatever you want in any order. And just like how this game works, but you need to stick to it if you want your splits to be correct or reasonable. Yeah, still took damage, but whatever. Still sitting on 11,000 smackaroos there. Guess it's not enough for a level up. And we don't have any more items to expend for that, so... Oh well, we're about to kill a worm, and hopefully not get hit by this demon. Well, we do, because we stink. We have red hair, if you couldn't tell. That's why nobody likes us, and everything's going against our way. And that's what stinks. I chose to give my character red hair. And a big head. And that's why he's playing Dark Souls by himself as fast as he possibly can. And of course this red-headed dweeb is the one who's going to get the PB for me. A PB that I hate. Did I mention I hate this PB? Perfect dodge. And he's dead. Which gives us a bonfire. Just remember, if I die after this point, I'm going to Firelink Shrine. So... Oh, no. Actually, we killed Ceaseless Discharge. Since we kill Ceaseless Discharge, I actually would go back there. Which is still really bad. But it's not run-endingly bad. I don't know how far the run is. I haven't timed it. If you've done all this stuff, killed Ceaseless, and then had to run back to Bed of Chaos from Firelink Shrine. Because ideally, you don't sit at those fires. Sitting in fires takes a lot of time. But you get to level up at the fires, man. Yeah, but leveling up isn't that important. Sometimes it is. Early in the run it is, but you can hear how conflicted I am now. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm thinking about when I'm running, too. Anyway, we're almost there. I'd like to see this part go well. Like, I'm just praying this is going to work, because if this screwed up, too, I was ready to just end the run. Though at this point, I could glance over at OBS and see the time was close. And I was like, okay, it's possible that I could beat my PB, which would be disgusting if it does, and here we are. And that's why I'm still not giving up. Just going for it. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of the axe, no, the halberd, because I want to punch this Titanite demon in the tail with a running punch, which got screwed up because of the branch. That's never happened before. But also, I'm going to want to punch the Bed of Chaos as well. That's why I take that off. Real pros will switch weapons with their right hand in order to accelerate faster. But I don't have like an extra arm. I'm already clawing my controller in order to move my camera and run at the same time. Both are supposed to be done with the thumb. So, yeah. Being able to switch items while I'm running and doing that with my right hand will require me to claw with the left hand at the same time. So it'd have to be like double clawing my controller like a freaking lobster. And I'm sorry, that sounds a little hard. But speedrunning Dark Souls is a little hard, and that's a trick you're gonna have to learn eventually. To run extremely, minutely faster. Better acceleration. Alright, two-hand. Back up. Back up. No, I don't know why that took so long. No, I hit the wrong button there. Alright, I'm so good at games. Luckily, this first one doesn't time you. Alright, and chuck it. Don't move the camera until it's thrown. Alright. Aim yourself manually. Then zoom in, right about there, and chuck it. I actually did a minor adjustment and didn't think that it was going to make it. Luckily it did. I don't know if you saw that. While the thing was throwing, I did a very quick camera change, hoping that it would make it. I actually missed the punch. I switched for the punch for this reason, and I missed it. The bow can now come off. Get the humanity. Now, this doesn't take us all the way back to Firelink Shrine, so I am just going to wait for the souls. Level up strength. I got to 30 freaking 7. I'm feeling pretty good now. Normally, I'll get to 35. 37 is real good. So we managed to keep most of our souls throughout this. And all we got to do is kill the final boss. So I'm feeling like, all right, this isn't so bad. If I kill him on my first try, this is actually going to be halfway decent. Yeah, not Gwyn. Framped kind of echoing there because of the messed up audio that I had for myself. God. I screwed up so much by choosing red hair. Here, we skip that. And let's go. Here, this is the most embarrassing part of the entire run. This run was awful. This run was awful. And it's about to get worse. Oh, this next part is my fault. 100% my fault. I'm just gonna let it play out. It's so embarrassing. I don't want to add commentary for it. I just want to be gone. I just want to ostrich my head in the sandy ash and forget all about it. This run up is so long too. It's agonizing to do in SL1 when any of these guys, if they clip you, you're dead and you have to do it again. And then you get to Gwyn and he just chooses to do fast attacks over and over again and you're dead. Yeah, SL1's hard. Been thinking of doing that for the other games too, but I don't like the other games nearly as much as I like Dark Souls 1. Like, I like them a lot, but they're just not, like, masterpiece level, you know? Like, I don't know. There's something different about a game that you just want to play over and over and over and over and over and over again, and you're just taking any excuse to do it, instead of one you play once and you're like, yeah, that was good. I am fine with it being good. Alright, so we made it. Now, all things considered, I am pretty sure this Gwyn fight goes really well. That guy could have hit me. And kabam. Glad I actually got that. I two-hand very quickly to do a little extra damage. Gwyn does hit me with a fast attack because he's a jerk. But now I can try and get him into the Estus loop, and it works. He has next to nothing left. He's done. Two-hand anyway, just to show off. And I quickly quit out to make him die faster. And I thought the game was over. I thought it was over. And then I had a horrible heart sink when I saw this. Oh my god, I had to fight him twice. He died. He was dead. So now I'm in a race. I gotta kill Gwyn twice as fast as I can. And he needs to cooperate. So he goes for a fast. He doesn't do a follow-up attack. He jumps away. Goes for another fast. The parry fails. And now I have to run back. After I killed him. Oh my god. I know you're all probably thinking, why on earth would you quit out there? Well, I've seen someone do it in a run. And clearly they did it after victory achieved showed up on screen. I thought it would have shown up faster as I was quitting out, but no. It apparently takes Gwyn forever to die. So what you're supposed to do is what I'm going to do here. And this should have happened the first time. So, looking at our time to save, honestly, the game should have been done minutes ago. So, that's like a 5-minute time loss, as well as the Quelaag was another 5-minute time loss. Add just those two together, those two time losses, that absolutely should not have happened. Quelaag was just bad luck, though. But just say it didn't happen. Just everything went according to plan. That's already another 10 minutes off of this. So it would have been at 117. And then, imagine Sens didn't screw me over. Jeez, I don't even know how much time I lost in Sens. And in the rafters, jeez. Oh, it adds up quick. I'm just saying, it adds up quick. It gets closer and closer to that 1 hour cutoff mark. You know, it's a... Man, that is a real achievement, being able to beat this game in an hour. I'll work towards it. And I can't even 100% Super Metroid in an hour. I don't remember what the world record is for that. It's probably somewhere like 40 minutes, something like that. People do that crazy fast. Alright, here we go. Staying behind him, going for another attack with the R2. That was the correct move to parry. I was just too early, and then that one was so slow, it was a generous extra parry, and now I'm going to chug. Try and get him in that. Perfect. Game. So now I'm watching the Black Knights, because I'm just going to run at them. They already despawned, I'm going to run. See, I was stopping to hit myself. I wanted a moment to stop and hit myself, and then you run at the fog gate and the game's over. That's all I had to do. That is all I had to do. Oh, it's so humiliating. Made one mistake. Made one mistake, and I knew it was going to be better by this point, because I already saw that my time was shorter than it was last time, so I'm very slowly going to check it. 127.07. miserable. Miserable run. But it's somehow my fastest. And I hate that. I hate that. And, yep, just to show you, I am still on the Nintendo Switch 2 version. But from here on out, it is going to be Steam all the way. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more, and check out more, and catch me live while we do some more Dark Souls speed running. See you.